And now, from Don Laughlin's Riverside Resort and Casino in Laughlin, Nevada, it's the Superladies of Wrestling.
Welcome to another great hour of the LPWA. I'm Joe Pedicino. Here with me in Laughlin, Nevada is the king of managers, James E. Cornette. And James...
I like the way you phrased that.
Well,
wait a minute, what is this? You know, I'm really sick of these people. They're really beginning to bug me just a little bit.
Well, we've got a great show today. We have got a tremendous show lined up. Terri Powers, Reggie, Bennett, all the super ladies, of course, of the LPWA. But the most important part is an update on Harvey. We are going to find an update.
No. The most important part is the Beast taking on Comrade Orga, not that stupid bunny rabbit.
That will be a great match. We have had Harvey's picture on milk cartons all across America. We have had special pleas on television. We have had wanted posters. Everybody wants to know, what has the Queen done with Harvey? We are going to try and find out today. That and more, all today on the LPWA. We'll be back to start the whole thing right after this.
You're a sick man, Joe.
Attention television fans, you can collect the same red-hot LPWA souvenirs that are available exclusively at arenas around the country. Get the official LPWA t-shirts emblazoned with your favorite star's picture and logo. Order your choice of model and size for the television discount price of just $9.95 plus shipping and handling. Hats in all your favorite neon colors. Order yours today and save. They're just $5.95 plus shipping and handling. Start your photo collection of the LPWA superstars today. Get 5 8x10 press photos for only $3.95 plus shipping and handling. And when you're ordering any of these great souvenirs, get a fan button for only $1. When purchased separately, this will cost over $20. But when you order the deluxe arena pack, it's yours for just $14.95. That's a t-shirt, a hat, 5 photos, and a button for just $14.95.
Down here in the tunnel area with Terri Power. Terri, you've been powering your way through the LPWA, and recently I know you signed an open contract, letting the LPWA pick your opponents.
Yes, Bonnie, I did. I believe to be successful in this business as well as in life, you need to be willing to meet on all challenges as they come on.
You're so intense when you go out to the ring. What do you do to psych yourself up?
You say intense, I say nervous.
Do you mean that?
Well, of course I'm going to be nervous when I go out there. I'm in the LPWA. This is the big time. This is the moment I've been waiting for all of my life. So I think it's only natural to be nervous when I go out there.
Today's opponent is Gata. What do you know about her? What kind of game plan are you going to have?
Well, the word is out that Gata is very tough, and why don't we just take it to her and see what happens.
All right, there's a power storm brewing in the LPWA. Let's go on down now and hear our introductions.
Scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first from Mexico, weighing 145 pounds, Gata! And her opponent this evening, from Portland, Oregon, weighing 148 pounds, Terri Powers!
All right, the referee rings the bell in our first match on today's program, the Tower of Power. And she's taking on Gata. Gata with a new outfit. We haven't seen this one before, but a very unusual looking mask on Gata.
Yeah, I'll tell you what the unusual looking outfit that you're paying attention to is, Joe Pedicino. One more time, Terri Power. You got something, I know that I'm going to find out. I'm going to do a little digging. I'm going to find out what's with you and Terri Power.
Look at this now. Legata's got her, and she's... look at Terri Power. This is... now you're seeing the Tower of Power. Look at that, Jim Cornette.
She's spreading the girl's fingers, bringing her arms down with the sheer power of her biceps there. Terri Power, tremendous effort coming out of that full Nelson, and look at the muscular definition and conformation in the shoulder area, the chest, especially the chest and the arms as well on Terri Power. You know, I've said the one thing wrong with Terri Power, she does too much. She's involved in too many things. She owns her own gym. She's been in bodybuilding for 10 years now. Ever since she was a teenager, she's nationally ranked. In addition, do you know she has a private pilot's license? She flies a Cessna twin-engine airplane.
Well, she's not going to do any flying right now. Legata trying to body slam, but the Tower of Power says, no, ma'am, not today. Now she picks her up, and you want to see a body slam? Here's a body slam. And that's a power slam right there.
Oh, nice pun. You know, I thought a cat was always supposed to land on its feet, but in this case, Legata did not. I'm shocked, as a matter of fact. Something just went right through me. Legata did not land on her feet from that maneuver.
Terri Power made sure of that. Now Power just takes her, powers her into the corner. Now what's going to happen? The referee's counting for her to break loose. But Legata won't break loose. Legata's holding on.
Look at that referee. What a pervert he is, getting in a position like that. He's been looking for that excuse for a long time now.
Well, and you saw what happened. Legata rakes the eyes, and now she's biting. She is biting Terri Power across the bridge of the nose. The referee telling her to break it up. I guess maybe Legata has figured out that's the only way to get the advantage on Terri Power. And now Legata takes Power, drapes her over the ropes, and there you can see she's got her draped, and now pulls her off.
Ran her windpipe right into that top rope, and that's the way to take somebody down when they're bigger and stronger than you are. Cut off the wind, because that's the body's gasoline. If you cut off the wind, cut off the oxygen, sooner or later that body's going to drop. And now, just like a cat, Legata up to the top rope with Terri Power. But wait a minute, Power!
A mistake. What's she going to do? Oh, just drives her. Now picks her up. What? A reverse atomic drop. And Legata is down. Terri Power picks her up. What are we going to see here? She's got her, kneels her over.
Beautiful flying mare, but I think she used the mask. I think she used the mask.
No, she didn't use the mask.
Well, she used something. I'm not sure what it was.
Ropes.
Oh, a clothesline.
She used the forearm right there for a clothesline.
Terri Power breaking every rule in the book here against Legata, who's
I haven't seen one rule that Terri Power has broken except the rule of gravity, maybe.
I just said that to see your face turn red when you start taking up for her. Now Terri Power signals that she's going to do something to Legata. Legata has just had all the wind knocked out of her. She's going for a big vertical suplex. Wait a minute, puts her down, going to set her up again.
Got her up.
Yeah, she powered her up.
Now goes down. 1, 2, and that'll do it. She has beat Legata with that big suplex.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the bout, Terri Power!
Well, I'll tell you something, Joe. That is one cat that didn't have 9 lives.
That's right. Right there, we saw Terri Power, the Tower of Power, come out victorious today on the LPWA.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is scheduled for 1 fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first from Mexico, weighing 145 pounds, Alma Alvarez! And her opponent this evening is led to the ring by her manager, Jonathan Blue. She is from Hollywood, California, weighing 125 pounds, Magnificent Mimi!
You know, now there is somebody, Joe Pedicino, that all the young women all across the country can look up to. She's rich, she's successful, She's powerful. She's a dancer, a model, an actress, a movie star. She's also a great professional wrestler. What more could you want? And besides that, all that and humility too.
Yeah, we saw that humility last week on the Louisville Slugger. She's about as, well, anyway.
Look at that, beautiful. Had her in the wrist lock, went up behind her, the flying head scissors, takes over Alma Alvarez. Boy, she sounds for all the world like somebody that would have been a maid on a 60s sitcom. Alma! See, and Mimi, also obeying the referee, immediately said, I don't have the hair.
But she did.
At that point, she didn't. She let go. I'll tell you, this magnificent Mimi, I understand, been the subject of numerous magazine pictorials, the subject of numerous Entertainment Tonight type pieces across the country.
That's right. I understand that Playboy magazine, along with several of the others, had contacted Jonathan Blue, and they were talking about a layout in Playboy for the magnificent Mimi. I'm sure
I thought you were talking about Jonathan Blue, and I was going to say he really wouldn't fit.
No.
Playgirl, maybe. You know, that Telly Savalas look.
No, actually, Jonathan Blue is going to be the centerfold in a magazine also.
Oh, is he really?
Cleaning Products Monthly.
Oh, now you're talking about that Mr. Clean
Mr.
stuff.
Clean, absolutely.
Hey, I don't know why these people persist in calling the man Mr. Clean. He's probably never scrubbed a floor in his life.
I'll go along with that.
He has, I'm sure he has.
Unless it was with his nose.
All right, hey, let me tell you something. The people that mess with Magnificent Mimi end up on more floors than Johnson's wax. I'll tell you that right now.
All right, Mimi does have the upper hand on Alma Alvarez. We have seen a lot of great wrestling moves out of Alvarez in the past few weeks. Very talented wrestler from Mexico, but Mimi meets her with a chop, comes off and...
splash across the spine. That's an effective maneuver.
Well, and now a big handful of hair. Mimi has her. Now she's trying to turn her over. Brings her up into a full Nelson. Now, Mimi, actually, we're not used to seeing Mimi use too much of a full Nelson, but now look at that.
Beautiful reverse hip toss. Brought her over the opposite way, put a lot of strain on the lower back. Now a monkey flip. Mimi, perpetual motion in the ring at this point.
Hey, you got to give the devil her due.
I think I heard that somewhere.
Mimi is a tremendous wrestler. And Mimi was one of my favorites until she tied in with Jonathan Blue a few months ago.
So what you're saying is because she's got another guy, you don't like her. Now, you like Terri Power because she don't have any guys.
What I'm saying is that her ring attitude and her style in the ring changed greatly when Jonathan Blue took over the management of Mimi.
Well, and is she still winning matches? Yes or no? Yes. Is she still the subject of a lot of attention across the country? Yes or no? Yes. Well, then how has he harmed her in any way? So these half-drunken gamblers may not like her, so a lot of these morons across the country may not like her. That has no bearing on professional wrestling.
No, but that does. A forearm right into the chest. But now Mimi goes down, and she's got her. And she pulled her up, and now she's gone for a Boston Crab. She wasn't happy just to pin her. She wants to hurt her and obviously wants Alvarez to give up. But instead, now it looks like Mimi, this is what I'm talking about. She could have pinned her and didn't. She could have made her submit and didn't. Because Jonathan Blue is outside saying, no, not yet. Mimi goes to the top rope.
She wants to show these people what she can do. Look at this.
A drop kick right off the top rope, and that's going to do it. Alvarez was kicked right in the chest, and there's your 3 count. Mimi, magnificent once again.
The winner of the match, Magnificent Mimi!
And you may not like her tactics, you certainly don't like the man standing next to her, and you may not even like her attitude, but you got to say this much, as Jim Cornette has said, she does get her hand raised an awful lot.
And she smiles so nicely, too.
Beast, I got this note from someone. I think it's the Queen, and I think it's one of them rubbish notes.
Let me see. You're right, it is from the Queen, and it is a ransom note. What does it say?
I can't believe he'd steal my pal and friend Harvey. I can't believe it.
You better believe anything I do, anything that he would do.
You know something? He says if I don't leave the LPWA, I'll never see Harvey again.
No way. You don't have to leave the LPWA. We will get Harvey back, and the Queen will get a good old-fashioned whipping that he deserves.
That's right, Queenie. If you do anything to Harvey, you're going to live to regret it, believe me.
That's right, big time.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first from Nashville, Tennessee, weighing 132 pounds, Candi Divine. Her opponent this evening from Venice Beach, California, weighing 170 pounds, Reggie Bennett.
Well, the fans really have taken a liking to Reggie Bennett.
Look at her. They're scared not to like her.
Well, her opponent is from Nashville, the Music City, USA, Candi Divine.
Candi Divine obviously has experience on Reggie Bennett, but Reggie Bennett, of course, with the size and the strength advantage. You know, while earlier before the program started taping today, while you were chatting up that girl over at the blackjack table, I took the opportunity to talk to Reggie Bennett. I found out a little bit about her background. You know that she, in addition to being a 10-year veteran of bodybuilding and powerlifting, has also done modeling, done commercials. She's been wrestling for 3 years. You know what her hobby is? She chases good-looking men. That's what she told me. And the horrible thing...
Jim Cornette.
Yeah, that's what she told me. The horrible things happen when she catches them. As a matter of fact, it's a strange muscle reaction. They're always smiling when they're delivered to the morgue. I don't know what it is. Some strange physiological response.
You know, sometimes when I'm here with you, I think about those things they say. The views of the announcers are not necessarily those of the LPWA. Jim Cornette, let's say this. Your imagination is the only thing I know more vivid than your imagination or your sports games.
Well, speaking of vivid, that was a vivid escape from that head scissors, and it may be only partially imagination. You never know until you try. Right now, Reggie Bennett in control of Candi Divine with the headlock, and that's the thing. Divine is going to have to stay away from these power holds and these power moves. They're taking a good handful of hair. Hey, it's a hold that nature invented. Good handful of hair.
Well, she used it to her advantage, and now she's still got a grab of that hair and just doing those mares with her hair. Now look at this. She's standing on her hair and pulling her up.
Talking about the views of the announcers, my view's great from here. I don't know about yours, Joe. Right now, look, standing on the hair of Reggie Bennett, Candi Divine pulling up on both arms. Reggie Bennett, that's the way that you've got to go after a big girl like this. You have got to... Wait a minute! She just flipped her right over on her head. And now Reggie Bennett is in the driver's seat, sitting on top of Candi Divine's head.
Candi Divine thought that she had things in control, and Reggie Bennett used that strength and that power to literally just flip her over using her feet. And now...
Well, Divine's going to get nowhere here either. And see, Reggie Bennett just used a little leverage and applies the overhand wrist lock to Candi Divine. Divine cannot possibly match an overhand wrist lock or any type of move that requires strength and leverage with Reggie Bennett. She's going to have to go to the legs. I say break her down at the knees. That's the way to get her.
Well, Candi Divine, the ironic part is Candi Divine probably can out-wrestle Reggie Bennett. But she keeps wanting to take the shortcut, and it leads to things like this. Reggie Bennett getting the upper hand, drops once, drops twice, right down across Candi. Goes for... Whoa! Candi moves out of the way and leaves Reggie laying on the mat. There's a stop to the stomach. There's another one. 3 times now, right into the stomach. But this time, Bennett held on and pulled Candi Divine down.
Boy, Bennett is just like a bulldog tonight. She is staying on top of Candi Divine. And Divine, to be honest, has not come up with the proper strategy from the outset of this match, because she's not gone at Bennett in the possible weak points that Bennett might have that Candi Divine can capitalize on. She's just not done it, and Bennett so far has really controlled the tempo.
Well, she just throws her across the ring. Jim Cornette, you've been known for many years as a ring strategist and a ring technician. If you were managing Candi Divine, what would be your advice? What would you do to tell her to prepare and get in a match with somebody like Reggie Bennett? Because everything she's trying so far has left her right like the position she's in now.
Well, if I was managing Candi Divine, I don't think I would have signed the contract for the match. But given that has taken place, I would have advised her go for the knees. Go for the knees. Break her down at the knees. If she can't stand up, well, as a good old friend of mine once said, if a table doesn't have 4 legs, it's no good to anybody.
Right.
You can't stand up if you haven't got any support. So go for the knees, go for the legs. If that fails, take it to the air, because a smaller girl flying through the air will carry more weight than a bigger girl standing in one place.
Well, now, if I didn't know better, I'd swear that she heard you, because now she's got her in a Boston Crab. And now this is what I was going to ask you. Well, wait a minute.
Well, Problem is, she went for both legs at the same time, and Bennett is too strong. You've got to isolate one limb.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. With somebody with the strength in the legs of Reggie Bennett, how would you do it? But that's it. You go after just one of them at a time.
Guys, don't put a hold on the knee. Kick it from the side. Kick it from the back. Take the knee out.
Why do it legally when you can do it the easy way, right?
Yeah, kick it with the flat of the foot. It'd be legal. Right now, backslide, but couldn't hold Candi Devine over. Reggie Bennett, now this is another thing. See if you can stay away from her. See if you can cause her to wear her own self down, because Reggie Bennett, being bigger and heavier, even if she's in great condition, is not going to have the stamina of a lighter girl like Candi Devine, who's also in good condition. If the match goes a certain point in time, say 15 minutes, then Candi Devine would have the advantage just on sheer stamina alone.
Bennett takes her and throws her into the ropes. There's a clothesline, a devastating move when you've got the size and the strength of a Reggie Bennett to back it up. Now what's she doing? She's just surveying the situation.
She's waiting for her to get in a position for a drop kick. Can you believe that, Joe?
You know, we talk about the size and the strength, and then she goes to an aerial move like a drop kick, and now that's the Reggie rack. She has got Candi Devine up in the Reggie rack, and
back she goes. Good night. She dropped her all the way down. That's it.
She put her up in the rack and dropped her on her back for the victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the bout, Reggie Bennett!
Well, we saw size, we saw strength, we saw agility, we saw her fly through the air. I think we saw a future champion in Reggie Bennett. Lots more coming up from the LPWA.
Superstar Susan Sexton here with Bonnie Blackstone. Susan, I wanted to ask you about your new partnership with the Beast and, of course, her buddy Norman. Is the Beast a good partner for you?
Well, as you learned last time, the Beast was too busy chasing a rabbit. And I'm supposed to have another match with her soon, so I'll see what happens then.
Well, you said she was chasing a rabbit. I mean, we're talking, though, about Harvey. I mean, this is Norman's childhood friend. He's had him ever since he was growing up.
Then he should have left him in his childhood. This is professional wrestling, not stuff a toy.
But, I mean, the Queen, you saw what happened. The Queen came out and just stole Harvey and ran off. I mean, that has to be very traumatic for both the Beast and Norman.
You know, this is stupid. I'm not going to talk about a stuffed toy being stolen. It shouldn't be at ringside. This is professional wrestling. The Queen will do anything to win, so, you know, Norman set himself out, bringing it down to ringside.
Well, I wish you better luck in the future ring wars of the LPWA. Superstar Susan Sexton here with me. Right now, we're going to return to some more great things taking place here in the LPWA.
This tag team bout is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first from Chicago, Illinois, weighing 115 pounds, Sydney Paradise. And her partner from Los Angeles, California, weighing 110 pounds, Cheryl Russa. They are the Mighty Mites. And fans, their opponents this evening, from Beverly Hills, California, with a combined weight of 235 pounds, the Nasty Girls.
All right, there are other teams in the world of wrestling who claim to be nasty, but these are the originals, the Nasty Girls, and they are here in the LPW. Now, what are they? Look at this. Let's shake hands.
Sure.
Give me a break.
Trying to be, well, not sportsmen, but sportswomen, sports ladies.
Yeah, there's your sports ladies.
Well, they wouldn't shake hands with them. You know, I got to admit something, Joe. I got to make an admission right here. The Nasty Girls are my favorite tag team in the LPWA because there's just something about somebody that will come right out front and admit that they're nasty that I just get a kick out of.
Well, they are nasty. These two girls, we can't even go into the ruckus that happened here in Laughlin last night with these two. Let's just leave it at this. They were asked to leave an eating establishment, and we'll leave it at that. The word food fight never came out of my mouth, but right now...
No kind of food ever came out of your mouth, Joe.
Beautiful move there by Sydney Paradise is there. What a great move as she brings Nasty Linda over.
Well, you know, these Mighty Mice, they could have a slight chance against the Nasty Girls in the early going here because the Nasty Girls are obviously not overbearing as far as size. They're not that much bigger than the Mighty Mice. But what the problem that the mice are going to come... Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, mites.
M-I-T, yes, the mighty mites.
Yeah, I can spell as well as you can. The problem that the mites are going to come up with is that the Nasty Girls double team to the point of perfection. The Nasty Girls are just so cranky and so obnoxious and arrogant.
And the mighty mites are so quick and fast and athletic. You just saw a beautiful double drop kick.
You know, you wouldn't even let me finish what I was saying before you disagreed with me. I'm starting to think you're just making it a point to not agree with what I'm saying.
Jim, it's so easy.
Well, the Nasty Girls are just so good at causing a ruckus, and they're so good at double teaming that they can take a team even much bigger than themselves and cut them down to size. Right now you see the double teaming again. Nasty Cat in the ring, Nasty Linda holding the hair from behind. Now Cat goes for the front face lock, scoops her up in a quick suplex.
Beautiful move, I've got to give credit.
Well,
beautiful move. And here we go with the fast tags in and out.
Hey, you may have to give credit, but that waitress earlier wouldn't give you any credit. Made you pay cash right on the spot. Beautiful kick to Cindy Paradise, got her covered, but only a count of one.
All right, Paradise in trouble right now as there has been some double teaming. Nasty Linda and Nasty Cat. But Paradise is ready to turn it around. She takes her and throws her into her corner.
Good night.
Yes! There we have Cheryl Russa. Cindy Paradise comes flying in with an elbow. And now the Nasty Girls are in trouble. There they go into the ropes and...
Well, beautiful gymnastics once again, but the problem is what wins you wrestling matches is wearing your opponent down. That's what the Nasty Girls are noted for, and they'll do it both at the same time if they can. You know, the Nasty Girls hold a very interesting record in the world of sports.
Yeah, I bet.
They were kicked off of more high school sports teams, and as a matter of fact, kicked out of more high schools than any girls ever in any professional sport. Did you realize that?
Well, I certainly believe it after the absolute mess I saw last night.
No tag. Well,
I'm sorry, I wasn't watching at the point. I was looking at you. I'm sure they made a tag.
They didn't make a tag, Joe.
Well, the fans are saying they made a tag. The referee is obviously...
Look at these people. They're gamblers. They'd say anything.
All I can tell you is that Cheryl Russa has got Nasty Linda tied into knots right now. The referee...
Another switch behind the referee's back. The Mighty Mites are doing their best to cause Nasty Cat to come in and misdirect the referee. I saw one time they spit on Nasty Cat. Can you believe that? Made her come in, misdirected the referee, and then switched illegally behind his back.
Jim Cornette, if they could have done that from all the way across the ring, they would be winning contests in Las Vegas.
As a matter of fact, I understand Cindy Paradise did win a tobacco spitting contest up in Reno a couple of years ago. That's another story.
She's got her turned over, and look at this now. She's picking her up. What's she going for here?
She's going for a headlock on the other side. She may have been talking to the Mexican girls.
Well, unfortunately, it was not a good move on the part of Cheryl Russa.
Cheryl Russa now in a bad trouble, but now Nasty Girl making a tactical error. She shot her into her own corner.
And look at that move. Cheryl turns her around, spins her. Now she's going up all the way to the top rope, but I think she took a little bit too long.
Oh, no.
Right.
Nasty Cat was dazed. Came out of it on her own power. Nasty Linda was
now,
going to be
now
the referee's back is
right there.
No, there wasn't.
There was a switch made.
And the winner of the bout, the Nasty Girls.
Folks, that's why they call them the Nasty Girls. They're not above doing anything, or maybe I should say below doing anything to win a match. They're the winners here on the LPWA.
Everybody is talking about the game the Queen is playing with Norman these days. The pawn happens to be Harvey, a stuffed bunny memento that Norman has had since childhood. Now, the Queen knows that stealing Harvey would bother Norman and the Beast, thus reducing their ability to focus on a match involving the Queen's court. Now, I think this is a cruel, cruel game that the Queen has been playing, one that could injure the mind of Norman permanently. Now, Norman has come a long way, we all know this, in rehabilitating himself, and I would hate to see his progress reversed by this incident. Now, next week, Team America is going to attempt to regain their title against the Queen's Court. This should prove to be a turning point in their careers. Now, the reason I say this is that both Heidi Lee Morgan and Misty Blue Sims have asked the LPWA for some single matches, and that usually is the first sign of a breakup, or at least of boredom. Now, Reggie Bennett, currently ranked #1 in the LPWA, is long overdue a title shot against Lady X, but after Reggie defeated Lady X in that non-title match, I don't think Kennedy will be eager to sign for a title rematch against Reggie. I believe the LPWA just may have to custom order this one.
We're back on the LPWA. This is Jim Cornette with the Louisville Slugger. My guest today, one of the loveliest, one of the most talented, one of the most beautiful if indeed sexiest athletes in professional wrestling, the magnificent Mimi, and of course, her illustrious manager, Jonathan Blue. And Jonathan, I've got to say that managers always have to stick together, but from the bottom of my heart, you've done a beautiful job in guiding Mimi's career thus far.
Jim, it's an honor and a privilege to be here today with two of the finest, most talented people in professional wrestling, the magnificent Mimi. You yourself, who I've modeled myself after, you've been a close, long friend. And at this time, I'd like to make you an honorary member to the Jonathan Blue Dynasty Club. You will be our first member.
I can't believe that.
Well,
wow, that's a real privilege.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. Isn't that great? He made me an honorary member. Come on. That is just great. Well, you know something? I got to talk to Mimi for just a second, because Mimi, you've been on a real winning streak in professional wrestling, but I'm sure a lot of the people, but maybe not all of them, know that not only are you a great professional wrestler, you're an international jet setter, a fashion trend setter, you're a model, you're an actress appearing in motion pictures. I don't know how that you find the time to be as involved as you are in professional wrestling. I guess wrestling is your number one thing.
Well, let me tell you, does it surprise you that I am number one and that I am a jet setter and that I am one of the top models in the whole world? No, I am the best wrestler in the whole world, and it shouldn't surprise you, because I have proven to everybody in this world, not just the USA, but in Japan, Europe, all over South America, that I am the number one. Number one wrestler, the best looking. Wouldn't you agree?
And modest too. And I gotta ask you this. You know, you recently had a world record-setting match against Bambi. You defeated Bambi in 6 seconds, which is a world record fastest match ever. Now, Bambi's crying to the promoter. She's saying Jonathan Blue interfered. She wants another match. Are you going to wrestle Bambi again? What do you think about giving her another shot?
Well, look, it doesn't surprise me that I beat her in 6 seconds, because I beat all of my opponents in about 3 to 6 seconds. So, yes, if she wants to sign her name on that dotted line, I will wrestle her.
Hey, you know, these people just don't have any class. They're trying to interrupt our interview segment here. Well, Bambi, like she said, she'll wrestle you. She'll sign a contract anytime, any place. Is there any of the other ladies in the LPWA that you would care to get in the ring with to prove your superiority?
Let me tell you, all the ladies in the LPWA are scared of magnificent Mimi.
Oh, come on, that's exactly right. They are scared of the magnificent Mimi. And I think, Mimi, I would have to say that you make history just about every day, don't you?
Absolutely. Every single day I make history. Because, you see, it's like whenever I wrestle anybody, I make history right there. I always come up on top.
And, Jonathan, I got to say, I know it can't be your interference. What do you think it is that makes these girls say that you cheat?
Jim, they're just jealous of a Telly Savalas sex symbol.
And we'll be right back on the LPWA after this.
Hi, I'm Brad Rangans, and this is LPWA Hold of the Week. This week we'll be taking a look at a very effective leg and back submission, the Scorpion. Let's go to the center of the ring and take a closer look. Under most circumstances, the prelude to the administration of the Scorpion means one wrestler will be at a disadvantaged position. Here we see the offensive wrestler's initial control of the defensive wrestler's feet. The offensive wrestler then quickly steps across the defensive wrestler's left thigh with her right foot, at the same time crossing over the defensive wrestler's feet, wrestler's right foot over her left foot. With the defensive wrestler's right foot in the offensive wrestler's armpit, the offensive wrestler then completes maneuver by stepping around and over with her left foot. Pressure can be increased on the defensive wrestler's lower back when offensive wrestler goes into the arch-seated position. And there you have it for LPWA Hold of the Week.
Fans, this bout is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Moscow, Russia, weighing 220 pounds, Comrade Orga. And her opponent this evening from Oakland, California, weighing 210 pounds, the Beast. And fans, she is accompanied to the ring by her cousin, Norman.
This ought to be a tremendous match here today on the LPWA. The Beast taking on this huge woman from Russia, Orga. It is going to be something else, Jim.
Well, something else is exactly right. I'm just trying to figure out what and put it into some kind of descriptive terminology that can be announced on television. Wait a minute, look at Norman with Comrade Orga's flag.
Well,
you know, I don't think that's in the spirit of glasnost at all, to be honest with you.
No, I don't think so either. Both the Beast and Norman now, they have that flag. They really ought to give it back to her. But instead, she just throws it out. And now, these two, look at this. These two women just go to it, and the Beast is taking it to Comrade Orga right here in the beginning of the match, Jim.
I'll tell you what, some unorthodox physiques involved in this match on all sides. The Beast, Comrade Orga, Norman the lunatic, even the referee.
Norman the teddy bear.
Even the referee don't look too awful good, but right now I think we're going to see that Comrade Orga is able to take it to the Beast as far as size and power. That's something the Beast is not used to. What is this nut over here looking at me for?
I still think he thinks you're partly to blame for Harvey and that whole situation.
I didn't have anything to do with that beleaguered bunny.
He's sitting here, and I think he thinks that rabbit is gone and that you had something to do with it.
I didn't have a thing to do with it. I'm trying to keep my possessions and my belongings away from this guy. There's no telling what he might do. For heaven's sake, look at that hat he's wearing. Bugs Bunny.
Well, he chased you all over this arena recently, if you'll remember correctly.
Yeah, I remember just fine. And I'll tell you something, there's still going to be lawsuits pending on that. Look at this. They're right now in the ring, the Beast and Comrade Orga. These two girls entered a beauty contest last week. Nobody won. That's how ugly they both are, I'll tell you that. But at least Comrade Orga, she has got something on the ball. The Beast is a complete idiot. She's a defect. You can tell that by her family members sitting at ringside.
Well, actually, I was told that Comrade Orga won the Miss Moscow contest last year, but that's just a rumor.
Well, you never know about these rumors. Sometimes they have something to them and sometimes they don't. But right now, like I said, Comrade Orga, at least she's smart. She's intelligent. Those Russian women, you know, they're all astrophysicists and cosmonauts and things. She's intelligent. Would you believe she has an IQ of 184?
No.
Would you believe 126?
No.
Would you believe she graduated 3rd grade?
Yes. I would also believe she stuffed something down in her outfit. That
well, now wait a minute. That's personal.
Choke that she was using.
Hey, if Comrade Orga...
There it is again. She's got some sort of red... It looks like a rope or something that she takes out, and while the referee goes to look and see what it is, she puts it where he's not going to find it.
No man's land, so to speak. Hey, I tell you what, if Comrade Orga wants to stuff something in her equipment, it's none of my concern. The referee is the official person in the ring to determine if there's been any kind of transgression. He hadn't seen anything, so it's not for me to say it. It's not for you to say it, Joe.
Well,
but anybody's broken the rules.
If we sit here and see it, we're going to say it. I believe it was a very famous guy one time who said, I calls them as I sees it.
Who was that, your Uncle
Howard
Fred?
Cosell.
Howard Cosell would never use such English. I tell you what,
Orga is using everything at her disposal against the Beast.
Maybe the Queen has told Comrade Orga, hey, there'll be a little bonus for you in this if you get rid of the Beast. Because after all, Norman and the Beast have both been hot and heavy after the Queen over that stupid bunny rabbit. Harvey D. Bunny. For heaven's sake, as a matter of fact, I understand that the mail is coming into the LPWA offices by sackfuls and sackfuls. The mailman out there is hunchbacked right now, trying to find out, get some information. Where's the rabbit? Where's the bunny?
That's right. We have put out pictures on milk cartons. We have put out wanted posters in all the post office. Norman has done everything possible to find out where Harvey is. We all know the Queen has got, or at least took Harvey. Lord knows what that human being will do to that poor, defenseless bunny rabbit.
He's pointing at me again over here. I don't have anything to do with this bunny. I don't like rabbits, okay, for one thing. There's been only about one bunny in history that I ever give a heck about anyway.
And she was in Playboy magazine.
No, I'm talking about good old Bug.
The Beast daring Orga to come into the ring, and Orga to the chance of USA, staying outside, not wanting to get back into the ring and face the Beast. You know, this is the most vicious we've seen the Beast look in quite a long time.
What is that phobia, that fear of strangers? That's what these people have, a fear of strangers. I think it's angoraphobia. No, it's a fear of sweaters. Something like that. But it's a phobia. Fear of strangers. Look at
the Beast throws her right out again. The Beast just does not want Orga in the ring. I think that when Harvey was kidnapped, and we might as well say kidnapped, When Harvey was kidnapped by the Queen, I think the Beast snapped.
Looks like one of the ringsiders just blew their breath on Norman. Comrade Orga.
He says that Russian smells funny. Well, you know, they don't use the toiletries we use here in the United States over in Russia. They don't use deodorants and perfumes and things like that, so she probably is perfectly normal for Russia.
I'll tell you right now, if the Beast was to use a deodorant, all you could see would be an empty pair of shoes walking down the street.
Well, now, Orga wanted a timeout, so the Beast jumped out of the ring and said, all right, we'll take a timeout. She goes down and talks to Norman, starts to come back in, but Orga attacks her as she's coming in.
If I can finish the thought that I started, and I've been the only one so far in this match to start a thought, probably what's happened here is the Queen has told Comrade Orga that she's going to get a bonus if she takes care of the Beast. The Beast and Norman hot on the trail of the Queen in the court after this bunny situation.
Well, of course.
And so what I'm saying is that Orga's probably got a lot at stake in this match, and that's why she's fighting with such ferocity.
Well, she is.
Bulldog tenacity. An old-time wrestler. He used to fight with ferocity.
Did he? And they used to have some great matches.
That's exactly right.
I think I heard Gordon Soley tell that old story one time. The Beast is just plummeting Orga. Oh, my goodness. What a situation. The Beast putting one of those earthquakes.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, I'd hate to be between those legs right there. Comrade Orga.
And now look at this.
Wait, look at the camel clutch. The camel clutch popularized, of course, by the noble sheik, the wild man from Syria.
Well, Orga found a way out. Orga bit the Beast on the hand to make her release that hold, and now the Beast is in pain.
Referee John DeMark telling the combatants, you got to stop doing what you're doing because you're breaking every rule in the book, but neither one of these ladies are noted for being scientific wrestlers. Orga back in the corner after the Beast.
1, 2, 3.
Now, John DeMark with that puzzled look on his face, that one that he's mastered so well through so much practice over the years.
He can't figure out what it is that Orga is using to choke the Beast. She's putting it in a place where he's not ever going to go find it.
Whoa!
Look at this.
Boom! Oh, my
Takes
God.
Orga up and slams her.
Wow,
goes for an elbow and misses.
She was a day late and $1 short on the elbow drop, and that told. I tell you, Orga now throws the Beast out. None of these girls want to stay in the ring in this match. They've been putting each other out more often than the cat.
These two have been going at this now for over 8 minutes, and this has been one of the most vicious matches we've seen. And now Orga has thrown the Beast into that turnbuckle, into that post. Orga goes now slamming, going into to throw her again. They both hold on. She turns her around and throws her right into the referee.
Right into the referee, but I think the referee
into the fans. Everything.
The referee went into the fans in sort of a domino effect. What's going on?
The referee is calling for the bell. The referee is called for the bell. The referee, we'll have to find out what the official decision on this is, but the referee is called for the bell. He's trying to hold Orga back. In the meantime, Norman now is trying to get the Beast back. Boy, what an unenviable position to be in. John DeMark right now having to keep these two women separated.
Boy, I tell you, the referee, he's about to get torn apart, drawn and quartered. I think they used to call it in medieval days. Oh, somebody just stepped on the referee's foot.
All right.
That's terrible. I hate to see things like that.
The referee has called this a double disqualification. He's disqualifying both wrestlers for shoving and hitting the referee. And this match, I don't think this settled anything. I think these two will be back at each other's throats again. There you see the Beast and Norman the Teddy Bear. We'll be back with more on the LPWA.
I have a rabbit, and you can't have him. Look at all them adoring fans just loving us, girls. You know, we have a special recipe this week for some rabbit stew.
First, you steal the bunny and hold it tight, and then you go and squeeze it with all your might.
Oh, honey, stop. Stop. Oh, Connie Stevens is getting so jealous, honey. Oh, and idiot Norman and you fat Miss Piggy the Beast, you'll never see him again because now he belongs to the Queen. This is Harv the Marv. I just love that part.
Oh, let's go make some rabbit stew.
Oh, honey, let's go make some Harvey stew.
Bennett, Reggie, I have to give you credit. You always look like you're having so much fun out there.
Well, I am. I really love wrestling. It's one of my favorite sports.
Now tell me, can you go out there and just win a match on sheer strength alone? Is that possible?
Well, it's possible. It's not probable. You have to have a game plan. You have to really go out there and take advantage of the situation. Strength doesn't always get you. You have to think out there, too.
Who has been your toughest opponent here in the LPWA? I mean, you've taken on some of the best.
Well, there's no question about it. It's got to be Judy Martin. Yeah. She's tough.
All right. Now tell me, what does the future hold for you, especially in singles competition?
Well, I'm looking for a title shot, but as it is right now, I'm just looking to go out there and do the best wrestling that I possibly can and be big, strong, and bad.
All right. Reggie Bennett here at the LPWA. Be expecting some big things from Reggie in the coming weeks of LPWA excitement.
Another great hour here on the LPWA. Can you believe Terri Power looking good as always? Reggie Bennett looking good as always. And
Magnificent Mimi looking good as always.
I was going to say, to give her credit, Magnificent Mimi in a good match. That's absolutely right. Can you believe, though, in my opinion, one of the most rotten things I've ever seen, that ransom note. I mean, how dare he send him a note telling him to leave the LPWA?
Did you see that thing? How could those morons even read it? They cut some words out of a newspaper. The only use that Norman of the Beast would have for a newspaper would be for their training, and I ain't talking about physical training either.
Well, all I know is Norman, I just can't believe Norman's going to go along with the ransom note. He'll do something about that.
He'll leave the LPWA where he never should have been in the first place. And what about next week's show for the LPWA Tag Team title?
Right.
We're going to see Team America, Queen and the Court in a rematch, 2 out of 3 falls.
That's right. They'll have their opportunity to get their titles back right here next week on the LPWA. Till then, everybody, I'm Joe Bennett for James E. Cornette. We'll see you next